Much for that, and I'd first like to acknowledge we're meeting today on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. In fact, this land has never, sovereignty over this land has never been ceded, and I pay my respects to those elders past and present. I also pay my respects to Michelle and that rousing personal view about what is happening to this young man on the other side of the planet, and thank you again for the efforts to organise this today. I like the arrangement with the speaker in the rain and the crowd in the dry. That's got to be good for a short speech. Today, on the other side of the planet, there's a young man, a 23-year-old man, who's been found guilty of nothing, but is accused of the crime of opening up to the world the secrets of the US industrial military complex. Not all of them, but some of them, and some of those chilling secrets that they don't want us to hear about. The callous and indifferent way that the US military goes about slaughtering civilians in foreign countries. The way it looks like a turkey shoot, and that's how they view it, a turkey shoot, by the US military of foreigners who they value so little. Now this young man, a young 23-year-old, is, as we speak, found guilty of nothing, but is held in solitary confinement in a prison in what goes for a democracy over in the United States. Not only is he held in solitary confinement, for the 1 hour that he's allowed out per day, he is shackled both at the wrists and at the ankles, and is then forced to walk in circles in an internal courtyard. He's not allowed to speak to anyone during that time, and that's his 1 hour out of his cell per day. Remember, the man has not been found guilty of anything. When he's in his room for 23 hours a day, he has no window, no natural light. He's got no access to television, no access to radio, media or any books. There was a period where they took away his glasses because they thought he may use them, the allegation was he may use them to do self-harm. When he sleeps at night, he's stripped down and is given just effectively a hospital gown and one blanket to sleep in. And the prison guards are given instructions that if at any time during the night they can't see his face, they can go in and wake him up and make sure he's okay. And apparently, according to Mr. Bradley Manning's lawyer, they do that quite regularly to rouse him from his sleep, to even disturb his sleep at night. This is a man who has been found guilty of nothing. He is having his human rights trashed by an administration led by Barack Obama. Now, the left constantly looks to these leaders, someone like Barack Obama, to stand up against this kind of oppression. We no longer want to see another Abu Ghraib, but we're seeing conditions similar to Abu Ghraib being delivered in a domestic jail in the heart of the United States. What happens to our leaders of the left, when we elect them? They get in a position of authority, a position to change, and what do we get? We get this trashing of the basic civil rights of our citizens, because it's a response by the government to the right who want to punish someone. They want to punish someone for the truth coming out. They can't get their hands on Mr. Assange, so they punish the one man they can get their hands on, this young man, Bradley Manning. And it's not just that. You look at the decisions that the United States administration has taken in the last 2 years. We've seen increased troops in Afghanistan, not a decrease, not ending the war in Afghanistan. In the first 6 months of Barack Obama's administration, we saw more targeted killings in Pakistan and Afghanistan, more targeted killings in the first 6 months of Barack Obama's administration than in the whole of George Bush's administration. And whenever you hear the phrase a targeted killing, that means sending a missile into a house normally, or sending a missile into a bus. And I can tell you there's nothing targeted about wiping out anyone's house or about wiping out a bus on a street. We need to do what our leaders are not doing, and that's what this rally is about. We need to stand up for the rights of people like Bradley Manning. We need to stand up for openness at all levels of government, and we need to say that Bradley Manning is, like all of us, a citizen of the world who deserves his respect. He is innocent until proven guilty. He deserves his human rights. He deserves some fresh air. He deserves to be treated by respect by Barack Obama, and we expect our leaders to speak out in support of him too. Thank you for coming here today, and thank you for your support of Bradley Manning.